And we are live with that little technical Easter egg gaff for all you hardcore streamers out there. Welcome to another installment of A Week in Geekdom here on YouTube. Geo here, and today I wanted to do something really special. I typically do not upload videos on the weekends or go live often on my YouTube channel, but as you all know, I have been in contact with the fine folks at Seven Seas Entertainment, and they usually send me review copies of manga that they want me to review on the internet. And they had a week of announcements of manga titles that they had acquired, and they sent me a lot of press releases. So I wanted to cover those releases with you guys on this stream here on YouTube. Now, I don't have a blog or anything, so I couldn't post the images and information and all that stuff. But the next best thing is to just cover it on a YouTube video. And to do that, I am joined by my good friend. Of course, I am referring to Sequential Consequence himself. Nelson, how you doing, my brother? Thank you for joining me tonight.
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to get one of my otaku bros to cover these releases because I typically try to know what's happening with the manga world, but sometimes, you know, I get confused.
I'm really curious about what's in there.
Yeah,
Seven Seas tends to license some interesting stuff.
Yeah, they're all over the spectrum, I guess. They go from really funny stuff to more adult-oriented books to like serious drama. It's pretty interesting. Let's see if I can share my screen here. All right.
I already like the
totally
art.
don't. Yeah, this one caught my eye instantly.
Like
cool.
Just the density of the flowers. When you see that, you usually can expect some sort of detail in the interior art.
Mm-hmm. So this one, let me zoom in right here. This one is called "I'm in Love with the Villainous." It is a Yuri light novel series, but I do believe it will also be, because there were a couple titles that were light novels and manga, and they licensed both. I'm not sure if this is one of them, but still.
Light novel. 2-volume light novel.
Okay. Yeah, Seven Seas Entertainment is pleased to announce the license acquisition of the 2-volume light novel series I'm in Love with the Villainous by Inori and Hanagata, the story of a reincarnated gamer pursuing her villainous lady love at a fantasy girls academy.
Okay, that's a cool twist. I like it.
Ordinary office worker Ohashi Rei wakes up in the body of the protagonist of her favorite otome game, Revolution. To her delight, the first person to greet her is also her favorite character, Claire Francois, the main antagonist of the story. Now, Rei is determined to romance Claire instead of the game's male leads, but how will her villainous lady love react to this new courtship? Interesting.
That could be kind of cool, especially if it follows like dating game conventions and things like that, where they're like, "Oh yeah, you can't do that," and she's like, "I'm gonna try anyway." It seems kind of fun.
Volume 1 will be released in print on November 10th. 2020, and let's hope it actually comes out, because some manga are being delayed because of the current situation in the world, but it's in November. I'm hopeful that by then.
I'm pretty sure Seven Seas is releasing everything digitally. I think they said they're since they're gonna have delays, they're gonna try to do as a solid and release everything digitally anyway.
Yeah,
pretty cool. Yeah. Honestly, if this was a manga, I would pick it up right away. Like, this seems cool.
Yeah, I've never tried reading light novels, but I've always wanted to pick one up just to say, like, hey, I have manga and I have light novels too. So
yeah, it would be cool.
So that's the first. Yeah. So that's the first one. And then we have this manga series, which is called The Sorcerer, King of Destruction, and the Golem of the Barbarian Queen. Yeah, this is from Kadokawa Comics, and the little press release says, let's see right here. It's done by North Carolina, Shiba and Hinako Inoue, a hot new isekai series about a young man trapped in another world with a powerful inhuman partner. In a land of swords and sorcery, a ritual is conducted to summon forth the Sorcerer King, who will bring about ruin, but succeeds only in summoning an ordinary human boy from Earth. Stripped of his name and memories, but endowed with sudden enormous magic power, our
Of course.
protagonist has our protagonist has no intention of destroying the world. Fortunately for him, tinkering with his newfound magic results in the creation of a powerful and beautiful new partner, and she can keep him safe.
Of course, too.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate to say it, but so far this one sounds very generic isekai. I don't really see anything setting it apart.
Yeah. Seven Seas will publish the series in
that name though. That author name, North Carolina. Is that the author name?
I think so. I've never heard of it before.
That's interesting. That's an interesting name.
For the first time in North America, in print and early on digital platforms. There you go. In single volumes. Nice. Volume 1 will be released in print November 24th, 2020. And for the first time in Volume 1, so digital will be November and then physical in December.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, that's the cover. I don't know. We'll see. It's another isekai.
I mean, it could be cool. I mean, there was a little twist there that they could make interesting.
King of Destruction. All right. Next one, we have this, which I do not know the name of.
I like the cover.
The name is, here it is. Roll Over and Die. Yeah, it's a manga series. Roll Over and Die. I will fight for an ordinary life with my love and cursed sword. I mean,
a lot of long titles already, man. A lot of them.
I have an issue with that because if we're in a conversation, I'm then going to say, like, hey, Nelson, did you check out Roll Over and Die? I will fight for an ordinary life with my love and cursed sword. Yeah, totally. But do you recommend the Sorcerer King of Destruction and the Golem of the Barbarian? It's too long. I mean, tone it down, Japan. Come on. Just roll over and die. That's it. Let me read the description for everybody. Seven Seas Entertainment is thrilled. Roll Over and Die by Kiki and Tsunami Nakata. A dark manga series about two women fighting fate and finding love in each other, and based on the light novels recently licensed by Seven Seas. Flame Apricot would have been content to live her entire life in her little village in peace. Unfortunately for her, a god prophesied she would be the one to defeat the Demon King, and Flame, with her terrible stats and useless abilities, has known nothing but misery ever since. Her life hits rock bottom when the hero's party, fed up with dragging her dead weight along, decides to sell her off into slavery to get rid of her. But but a brush with death finally awakens something in Flame, Flame, rather than ending her story, might just be getting started. And this time, instead of a treacherous party, she has a woman she loves by her side. This manga adaptation of the light novels of the same name is drawn by Tsunami Nakata, the artist of the action Yuri manga Akuma no Riddle Story of Devil.
Okay.
Interesting.
As you were reading that, I was laughing because everything, like the whole synopsis, applies to Aqua from Konosuba.
Yeah, totally.
So I was like, so it's like if Aqua was the protagonist.
If Aqua was the protagonist in a serious story.
Yep.
We got a comment from Michael on the chat. Hey, Michael. First and only publication for mangaka North Carolina. Huh. Cool. Yeah. I've never heard of that name before, so that's interesting. I'm assuming it's a pen name, right?
I mean, there are people named after states, but I've never seen one of those.
So yeah, Rollover and Die will be released on February 16th, 2021. So it's super early to announce this one. But yeah, it will be coming out next year. Next up, we got this little title.
Oh, that's nice.
Which is called How Many Light Years to Babylon. I love that art style. That one.
Yeah, that cover is nice.
I really want to read that.
That's super adorable.
It says here, this license acquisition of How Many Light Years to Babylon by fan favorite creator Doman Seyman from the Voynich Hotel.
That also had a really unique art style. I think it was only 3 volumes.
A manga about an Earthling determined to find out why his home planet was destroyed while sleeping with as many alien girls as possible. Okay,
of course.
We're going there.
It had to be 7 Seas.
Bub is the last human in the whole galaxy, and he doesn't even know how it happened. After being found in a space capsule, he discovers that Earth was destroyed and that everyone he ever knew is dead. Now, as he travels around the galaxy with his scavenger friends, he's trying to figure out his past, what happened to Earth, and how to best pick up alien chicks. The human race won't repopulate itself, after all. Blast off in this unique and hilarious self-contained manga. Sure, okay, interesting.
It's pretty fun. I mean, it could be just mindless ecchi, or it could actually be kind of cute. Yeah. I don't know. I always like the premise of picking up alien girls. Just getting to know different species in general in fiction is always fun. Yeah. So this is a neat setup.
It could be slapstick, or it could be what's the word I'm looking for? Like, it's on purpose, it's a satire.
Yeah,
that's what I'm looking
self-aware,
for. Yeah. It could be something like Space Dandy, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure Voynich Hotel was a cutesy series and not fan servicey, so I could see this being the same way.
Yeah. This manga,
I could see myself picking this up if it was just a funny one-off.
Well, it is coming out this year, December 1st, 2020. So there you go. Looks pretty cool. I like the character designs. That's going to be the main selling point, I think, for me. Next up, this one is titled Manly Appetites. Minegishi Loves Otsu. It's a boys' love manga series. And
so it's boys' love and food?
Yeah. The cover, that's a cool looking cover. I like it.
I like the character designs a lot.
Yeah.
I also like that there's a chubby guy for some diversity.
Mm-hmm. It says a boys' love manga series about how opposites attract. Minegishi is a handsome, friendly salaryman rising through the ranks at work. He does have one insatiable desire at the office. He loves to feed his grumpy coworker, Otsu. Otsu might be taking the food, but he's not taking the bait. He thinks Minegishi's coolness is a challenge and refuses to be charmed like everyone else in the office. But the best way to a man's heart is through his stomach. And Minegishi's attention might be reflecting a hunger for something more. Can he break through Otsu's hard shell? This sweet BL office comedy is sure to satisfy. I like the diversity of it, and office comedy series, the two men and all that stuff. I think it's pretty unique. I don't read a lot of same-sex books and stuff like that, but I'm open to checking it out because it's a pretty interesting premise, I think.
Yeah, it seems kind of fun. It kind of reminds me of that guy in the group that was supposedly getting Omnis left for him by a coworker.
Oh wow!
You remember that?
Yeah. I forgot about that. Oh man!
And everybody was always joking, like, "Are you sure he's just giving them to you and he's not expecting anything?" It reminds me of that.
Wow. Yeah. For anybody tuning in, we're talking about the Omnibus Collectors swap community page that we're a part of. You can check the Omnibus Collector, Riley's channel on YouTube for more info. And yeah, that happened. I totally forgot about that. That's hilarious. But I don't know. This could be fun. I like being surprised by different series. And this year, one of the things that I am fortunate about, aside from all the, because 2020 has been horrible so far, but getting to read so many different titles, especially through Seven Seas, it's opened my mind to accepting all types of storytelling, which I've normally been a fan of, but I'd never pursued.
Yeah, you've been on a roll lately. You've been ingesting everything.
Yeah, and I don't know. I am a fan now of just reading whatever, and this looks pretty interesting. I'll check it out. It looks pretty funny.
I'd love it if they leaned into the food aspect. That'd be really cool too. Because I always like that in manga.
This one comes out. Volume 1 will be released on December 8th, 2020. All right. Next up, I know this one, and I'm going to butcher the name, so let me read it here. It's an isekai series. Didn't I say to make my abilities average in the next life? Everyday misadventures. So this came out as a light novel series, and then it got a manga and then an anime. The anime aired, I want to say, 2 seasons ago. It was.
Oh, I didn't know I got an anime.
Yeah, it was fall 2020. I was watching it, and I think I made a mini review on my channel, here on my channel. I liked it because it was, you have this character, the main one right there with the pinkish hair. She gets reincarnated into another world, and all she wants to do is be an average girl, because in her previous life, she was like the top of the class. I don't know if she was a student council or something, but top of the class, nerd with the highest grades, all that stuff. So she just wanted to be the most average girl. But the twist is that she's not. She's extremely overpowered. She can do magic. She can do a whole bunch of things, and is constantly trying to hide it from people. She eventually teams up with the other girls there, and they form their own guild and go on adventures and all that stuff. It's really cute, really funny.
That's a cool premise.
And I just said that without realizing that I was going to read the description, but here you go, guys. This is done by Funa and Yuki Moritaka, a hilarious new manga spinoff for the hit light novel, manga, and anime franchise. When it comes to reincarnation, most people hope for a better life, except for recent high school graduate Kurihara Misato. She just wants an average life. Unfortunately for her, thanks to God's interesting interpretation of average, she is reborn as a young girl with incredible magical powers. Can she achieve the normal life she's always longed for, or will her not-so-average abilities betray her? Follow the everyday antics of our lovable heroes in this new collection of 4-panel comics.
Oh, it's a 4-coma. Oh, so it's a spin-off, right?
So this is a spin-off from the main manga and light novel series.
Damn, they're going all out then. It's
really fun. If and I see more people tuning in and typing in the chat. If everybody just check out the opening for the TV show, and I think that will sell you on how cute and adorable the series is. It's a little slapstick and comedic in nature, but the opening is just one of the cutest things you'll hear. I liked it. I like that song so much. So this one comes out in November 2020. Next up, it says Days, but it is Days of Love at Seagull Villa, a Yuri manga series. First, I want to give a shout out to Michael, who's still in the chat. Janelle is still in the chat. Fenner27, Hokie Oath Books. Hey, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. That's awesome, because this was completely improvised. I was going to do a separate video. I'm like, I should go live, and I should invite my good friend Nelson on. So,
yeah, glad people are tuning in.
This one is from Kodama Naoko, a touching Yuri romance about 2 women building a life together in rural Japan by the best-selling creator of I Married My Best Friend to Shut My Parents Out.
I wanted to check that out. I forgot about it.
I've heard about that series, yep. When Mayumi's fiance leaves her for another woman, Mayumi impulsively decides to move away and start over again by the seaside. Once there, she meets Rin, a tough but kind single mother who runs the housing complex Seagull Villa. While the two women might not have a lot in common, they're drawn to each other, and the relationship growing between them is deeper than they expected. Sail away on this tale of romance by the sea. Huh. This one comes out November 24th, 2020. That's a cool cover. I like that.
That could be cool.
Yeah.
There's a lot they could do with that series. Just like dealing with like like coming into someone's life who has a kid, then obviously the whole Yuri aspect. They could do some cool stuff with this.
Yeah.
And the art looks really charming.
Mm-hmm. Naoko, what was the name of the mangaka again?
Kodama, maybe? Naoko Kodama?
Kodama, there you go.
Yep,
yep.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna check out the other one, her previous series.
Oh,
because I was definitely looking into that, like way.
Yeah. I married my best friend.
Mm-hmm. Just a one-volume manga.
Yeah. Nice. This one is about Ultima Games, I think. Let's see. Yeah. Trapped in a dating sim, the world of Ultima Games is tough for mobs. It's a light novel series. And this is by Yomu Mishima and Monda, the fan favorite comedy jaunt through romance, giant robots, and dating sim jokes. Office worker Leon is reincarnated into a particularly punishing dating sim video game where women reign supreme and only beautiful men have a seat at the table. But Leon has a secret weapon. He remembers everything from his past life, which includes a complete playthrough of the very game in which he is now trapped, of course. Watch Leon spark a revolution to change this new world in order to fulfill his ultimate desire of living a quiet, easy life in the countryside.
I like how that's the new goal for Isekai series, because that's like what everyone wants in life, is just to live a quiet life.
I know. It's genius. I love it.
Like, just leave me alone. Let me live a quiet life. I don't want to kill monsters. I don't want to date girls. I just want to live a quiet life.
So this one comes out in February 9th, 2021. So we got to wait a little while, but it sounds pretty interesting. Hokey Oath says, off topic, but glad you enjoyed Heathen, Nelson.
Oh, nice. Thanks for checking that out. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you guys should check out Nelson's channel. I'll link it up in the description later because he does fantastic reviews. And I watched that Heathen review, and I want to get that book because it sounds pretty interesting.
You should definitely get it. You're definitely going to love
it. This one is about a very famous Yuri mangaka, this next title. Give me one quick second because I am running out of power. Let me grab the power cord. Entertain the audience for me, Nelson. I'll be right back.
I mean, for one, I really like this cover. That's a really unique style that I really haven't seen before. It's probably going to be a Yuri manga. Living Quiet Life is great description for all the great slice of life titles. Love them all. Yeah, it really is. Like, I feel like it's just such a trend, and it kind of speaks to our desire of just being left alone.
I'm back. Sorry, that was awkward. Sorry.
That's all right.
I will highlight some of the comments later because I have the pictures here, so I get distracted if I have to click on the thing. So give me a second, guys.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the license.
Oh, it's an omnibus.
Yeah, Kageki Shoujo: The Curtain Rises manga omnibus. This is Seven Seas is thrilled to announce the license acquisition of yada yada. The critically acclaimed shoujo manga about the drama of all-women musical theater. Like the Takarazuka Review, I probably butchered that. The young women who go to the Arts Academy Koka Kageki High School play all the parts of musical theater. Sorry, be they female or male. Narada Ai is a jaded former idol performing female roles. Her roommate playing male roles is bright-eyed country girl Watanabe Sarasa. From the school to the stage to the rest of their lives, there is no challenge these young women can't face with their passion for performance. also known as Kageki Shoujo Season 0 in Japan. This recent re-release of the original 2-volume series for the franchise is packaged in one updated and beautiful omnibus. And it comes out in November 2020.
That's gonna be cool.
I love that. That's my out of everything that I'm going to show tonight. This is my favorite cover. I love the.
I agree. That's what I was talking about too. Like I love this style, and I just love like what they're doing. It's just so cool. I hope the interiors match.
Oh yeah.
Like I like that it's an omnibus. I like that it's about like a kind of niche like hobby like theater. Like I like how manga always like covers those niche topics that nothing else really covers. So it could be cool. I like that it's an omnibus. That's awesome. I'll definitely look into this. I'm curious.
Kageki Shoujo, The Curtain Rises.
And only $20.
Yeah, for $20, that's a steal.
Right? That's gonna be like 13 maybe at like Right Stuff. That's awesome.
All right, furry fans, I got a book for you guys. I got you covered.
Oh god.
What was the name of this one? Tamamo-chan's a Fox. So, I know. We're in a new era of furry-inspired anime and manga that are taking over. You had Beastars, you have Brand New Animal. Last year, you also had, or this year, sorry. What was the title I reviewed about the high school with the animals? Oh my gosh, I reviewed it a couple months ago. It's basically my gym partner's a monkey, but with anime characters.
I don't think I saw that one.
Seton Academy. There you go. Seton Academy. The point I'm trying to make is that we're living in a new era where anthropomorphic animals are in, and they're fantastic. And I love that I've said it in videos on this channel. Let me take this picture off for a minute so people take me serious. The thing about anthropomorphic animals is that it allows the reader to examine sort of the human condition and our characteristics as a species through another type of humanoid creature. You know what I mean? Like you can have social commentary, and you can examine how human behavior works by looking at it through the eyes of anthropomorphic animals from an outsider's perspective. And I think that works well with titles like Beastars and Brand New Animal, where you can highlight some of the problems of humans, I guess. But I'm rambling. Tamamo-chan is a very different beast. So let me read this real quick before we continue talking.
I gotta say that design unsettles me a little bit.
That design is very
I love the design for BNA, but that one unsettles me a little bit.
Yeah, this one's more something you would find on DeviantArt. Gotta be honest with you. Tamamo-chan it's by Rei Yuki, a charming comedy manga about a fox from Kyoto who becomes mostly human to attend high school. Tamamo is a fox from the Inari Shrine in Kyoto who may or may not also be a goddess. She longs to try high school and all the fun and drama therein, so she transforms into a human girl, but her technique isn't perfect, so she doesn't change completely. Adults don't seem to notice her furry form, of course, and her classmates pretend that she's like the other girls, but Tamamo is definitely shaking up their ordinary high school life. The series comes out January 19th, 2021.
Okay.
It's an interesting premise, I'll give you that, because usually it's the other way around. Like the human gets turned into an animal, or the human travels to a faraway place. It's not the other way around. So I don't know. If you leave your preconceived notions aside of the whole fairy thing that people like to joke about, maybe it could be a funny series. Who knows? We'll see. But yeah, I do. I do like.
I mean, they didn't mention any romance or anything, so I don't know. Maybe it's wholesome.
Exactly. But what I was getting at earlier is that a lot of people, and I believe we talked about it on our Otaku Bros chat, that a lot of people just like to go in like, oh, I'm not a furry, but this and that, and I hate that so much. It's so boring when a reviewer has
Yeah.
to like, I'm not a furry, but these
Yeah,
guys is
it's
pretty
certain
awesome.
things where you kind of feel like you have to preface so people don't misconstrue it, and it's like, I don't know, it's just annoying that we have to do that in the first place.
Yeah, nah, that sucks. But Tamamu-chan's a fox, so that is coming out as well. Next up, we have this series, which is titled "The Saint's Magic Power is Omnipotent," manga and light novel series.
Both.
So I love the colors for this.
Yeah, it's
speaks
really
to me.
good. That's
This,
probably the light novel art, though.
yeah, looks like it. Says here, the Saint's magic power is omnipotent by Yuka Tachibana, Yasuyuki Shiori, and Fujiyazuki. A charming isekai about a woman's magical entrepreneurship in a fantasy world. Okay, first off, before I start reading the description, everything I've read so far is like 90% of it is isekai. That is amazing to me that the subgenre is still going and people want to read this stuff. Because if they didn't want to read it, we wouldn't be getting those titles. So a lot of people might
That's
be going
true.
like, "Oh, so many isekai titles. What the hell?" Apparently, there's a huge demand for it still. But hey, let's see. Say a 20-year-old office worker is whisked away to a whole new world. Unfortunately for Sei, the ritual that summoned her, meant to produce a saint who would banish the dark magic, brought two people over instead of one, and everyone prefers the second girl over Sei. But this is just fine by Sei, who leaves the royal palace to set up shop making potions and cosmetic with her newfound magic. Business is booming, and this might not be such a bad life after all, as long as her supposed sainthood doesn't come back to haunt her. I gotta say, the setting is extremely unique. I love that it's a 20-year-old because we rarely get that in manga. And I love that it's, she's setting up a business entrepreneurship. That's really cool. I like that.
This reminds me of that one that's like an isekai where they set up a restaurant or a rest stop or something. It kind of reminds me of that.
Yeah. I see it.
And I don't know. I like the premise. I like these kind of like trade mangas where they go over like a sort of like trade or a career, that kind of thing. Like I really like when they do that. It's a really nice way of learning about different trades.
Totally.
And you wouldn't see that anywhere other than a manga.
There you go. This comes out December 8th, 2020. I will definitely be checking this one out. So far, this one and the one about the alien last survivor in space, those two are the most that I'm excited for, along with the theater shoujo omnibus. Those
the alien one and the theater one definitely called out to me. I think that was something else, but I'll have to check on it again.
Yeah.
Hey, Ant-Man and Larry. What's up, guys?
Ooh, Ant-Man and Larry, my two favorite dudes. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. This was completely improvised.
Always
and I'm
on
happy.
Every stream.
Yeah, I'm so happy that they made
nice
it.
to see you guys.
Yep.
Restaurant of the World. That's it. That's the one. Yep. Thanks.
That's the one. This one is titled "The Kingdoms of Ruin."
Wow, that's the shortest title yet. I'm shocked. I'm really shocked. That is so short.
Let's see here. The Kingdoms of Ruin, a fantasy revenge thriller that pits the powers of magic against the might of science fiction technology.
Okay.
Humanity sounds pretty cool. Humanity long lived in harmony with witches, but an advanced scientific revolution has made the powers of a witch unnecessary. Succumbing to resentment and fear, the greatest nation in the world begins a brutal witch hunt and eliminates all witches from the land. After being forced to watch his beloved teacher die, Adonis, a witch's apprentice, swears revenge on the empire that took everything away from him. It's a bloody battle between science and magic in this thrilling new manga series.
Okay.
It sounds pretty badass.
It sounds like it could be either really cool or really generic, but I'm hoping it's going to be cool.
It's intriguing enough that, I want to check out if it's good or not.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, for sure. Wait, Kingdom of Ruin.
Kingdom of Ruin Volume 1. It comes out December 2020.
Try and check it out real quick, see if anyone has any opinions on it.
Larry says, every Seven Seas title I've recommended has been a winner, so I'm pre-sold. Hell yes.
I mean, it's rated fairly well. I mean, not that means anything, but it's rated okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Who's the artist on this? Yoruhashi.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with them, I don't think.
Not familiar, yep. This one was met with pretty critical acclaim on Twitter when it was announced.
I think I've seen this before. Someone might have posted it or something.
I think it was shared on the Otaku farm.
I mean, I love the cover art. This is like my second favorite cover art that we've seen so far today.
This is an LGBT plus manga series, Even Though We're Adults, by Takako Shimura. Let's see, Seven Seas, yada yada. A heart-tugging manga about two busy women who think they've figured out the whole adulting thing until they fall in love with each other. From the critically acclaimed creator of Wandering Sun and Sweet Blue Flowers. Ayano, an elementary school teacher in her 30s, stops by a bar one day and runs into her old friend Shuri. Sparks fly as the two chat before the night is over. Ayano goes in for a kiss. Shuri is intrigued but confused, especially when she discovers that Ayano has a husband. Both Ayano and Shuri are about to find out that love doesn't get any easier even as you grow older. This is coming out January 26th, 2021.
I'm intrigued. This looks like it could be cool if it's handled with enough maturity.
That's
because they can make some good commentary about I don't know, like marriage, about obviously homosexuality. They can make a lot of modern dating even. They could go some places with that.
Fenner says, Nelson, same author as Sweet Blue Flowers. I like the first volume, sweet and good art.
I've seen Wandering Sun, and the art looks really sweet. Looks really chill.
I will check it out. It sounds great for the same reasons you stated. I'm excited to read stuff like this, and I love the creativity in display here that you can have a story like this. So I'm really excited about it. Even Though We're Adults. And this is our last announcement from Seven Seas, and it is something that a lot of people are excited about. It is My Alcoholic Escape from Reality from Nagata Kabi. So here's the cover, which instantly looks really eye-catching. I'm really intrigued by this. And I know you're a fan of the author, right?
Yeah, I actually brought these out. I may as well show them.
Oh yeah, I'll highlight you in a sec. My Alcoholic Escape, an emotional new diary comic from the award-winning creator of My Lesbian Experience with Loneliness and My Solo Exchange Diary. Nagata Kabi's downward spiral is getting out of control, and she can't stop drinking to soothe the ache of reality. After suffering from unbearable stomach pains, she goes to the hospital where she is diagnosed with pancreatitis. Oh, that sucks. And is immediately hospitalized. A new chapter unfolds in Nagata Kabi's life as she struggles to find her way back to reality and manga creation in the wake of her breakdown. This is coming out January 26, 2021.
Man, she's always going through something, man. The thing is, I've only read her first book, My Lesbian Experience with Loneliness. This one right here, and it's both depressing and charming. And I mean, the cover's a little risque. Maybe I shouldn't show it too much, but it has this kind of art. So I'm hoping that this volume would also have this kind of semi-colored just manga, because you really never see this kind of manga. It was a little risque. Sorry.
That's all right. Don't worry about it.
And then there's these, which I haven't read yet, actually. So I don't really know what these are going to be. But they say it says it's a sequel, so I'm assuming it's going to be along the same lines. But this is an autobiographical manga, so everything that happens in it is real as far as I know, and it's just very sincere, just very frank, and it's refreshing. Honestly, I haven't really seen anything like it. Even other things that handle similar storylines and subject matter don't really feel as personal as this one. So I really liked it. I'm definitely gonna read the rest and probably gonna pick this one up. This one might even deal with like addiction and things like that, alcoholism. Maybe it'll deal with other things that we haven't seen in the other manga. Poor girl, though. She's just going through a lot.
Wow. Yeah, I mean that's no
That
joke.
was the first thing I thought. I'm like, damn.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I've had family members with that stuff, and pancreatitis is a bitch. That sucks. That's a terrible thing.
Is it like a long-term thing, or?
It can, when you get treated and you heal, it's fine, but it can come back.
Oh, gotcha. It's one of those
because
things.
The pancreas is inflated, and if you don't treat it properly, it could kill you. So it's a very scary thing.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Ooh, Larry, I really want to check Bloom Into You. Actually, I really want to get that. The only reason I haven't gotten it is because it's still going, and it seems like it might be kind of long. Yeah. But I definitely want to check that out at some point, or maybe the anime. But the manga looks really sweet, so I think I'm going to go that route.
So that's it. That's all the titles that were sent to me to highlight, I should say, from Seven Seas. And let's go over the cover images real quick. This was the last one, but let's go back a little bit to this.
I'm surprised. There's actually a lot more stuff than I thought that I would be interested in.
Even though we're adults. Kingdoms of Ruin, sorry. The Saint's magic power is omnipotent. Tamamo-chan's a fox. A Kageki Shouju, the curtain rises omnibus. What was this one? The dating sim, the world of Ultima Games is tough for mobs. Can't talk. Days of Love at Seagull Villa. Didn't I say to make my abilities average in the next life? Manly Appetites. Minagishi loves Otsu. How many light years to Babylon? Roll over and die. I will fight for an ordinary life with my love and cursed sword. The Sorcerer King of Destruction and the Golem of the Barbarian Queen. And I am in love with the Villainess, the light novel series. So those are the titles that you can expect to acquire over the next couple months from Seven Seas Entertainment. You can find them at your local comic book shop when that opens up, bookstores, sites like Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, In Stock Trades, Right Stuff Anime. Sites like that will have all these titles eventually,
or digitally.
Or digitally, yeah, you can get them through Comixology and stuff like that. You can probably see them soon on the pre-order listings on Right Stuff because they get those pre-orders pretty quick. So be on the lookout for that if any of these titles are interesting to you. But yeah, most of them are coming out in November, December, and January. So long ways to go, but some of them are really interesting. I want to check that one out. This one, not so much. Could be interesting. Definitely want to check this one out.
Yeah, this one's that definite.
Yeah, for the arts.
This one I might like to just see what people think on it first, but if it's like if it's favorable, I'll definitely get it.
Mm-hmm.
This one I'm kind of curious on too.
I would recommend checking out the anime for it, and if you like the characters, then I think you might want to check out the manga for it.
Mm-hmm.
But check out
definitely not this one because I don't like Forcoma, but like the manga, yeah.
Yeah. This one sounds super interesting. I want to check that out.
This one's probably one of the highest on my list too. But I guess it depends how long it's going to go.
Yeah. This was also on our list of titles to read. This omnibus. This one, I'm just going to check it out for the weirdness of it, to be honest. And
I'll just wait for you to tell me how it is.
I'll take the hit for everybody. Don't worry. This is just, it sounds boring, quote unquote, because it's about selling stuff and merchant life, but I am so in it. I'm so intrigued by the concept. I love it. This is probably what I'm most excited about, just because of how mundane it sounds, even though it's fantastical because it's in another world and
Yeah,
stuff.
like what is she gonna sell?
Yeah.
I'm curious too.
Kingdoms of Ruin sounds pretty cool. It could be action packed.
Yeah, this one could be good. This one I'll definitely check what people see what people say about it.
Yeah. And of course, I do want to check out the books you showed a couple minutes ago, but I do want to read this eventually as well.
I think you might like it.
Yep. So that's it, guys. Let me stop sharing the screen here, and we can get some questions from the chat. We got
one more volume not out in English. So that's a little more than 10, right? Maybe less than 15. That's not that much.
Mm-hmm.
That's all right. That's a pretty healthy amount. I mean, I'm not too sure how many they have out right now, but I'm pretty sure it's something like 10, 11, 12. I don't know, something like that.
Bloom Into You, does that has an anime, right?
Yeah. It was actually really popular maybe 2 years ago, a year ago. I don't know.
Nice. I haven't seen it. Yeah. Kabi's previous 3 volumes were very powerful. I was wondering what happened next. So
yeah, there's a certain quality to that, to the biographical nature of the books. Like I really didn't think I was going to be into that part of it, but it definitely brings something different to it and a different kind of just rawness to what she's saying.
Do you think it'll be like it forms like a trilogy of sorts of her life in
maybe maybe Larry would be able to answer better because he read all of them, but because I haven't read the second series, Soul Exchange Diary, which has 2 volumes, but it seems like it. I mean, I definitely hope that the new one keeps the coloring. I mean, I don't care if it's not pink. If it has like that one color that they use, like I would like that. That would be cool. Even the color in the cover, which I didn't like too much, that greenish brown, even that might look pretty good inside.
Yeah, it's pretty eye-catching to have that tone throughout the book.
Oh, only 8 volumes. That's awesome. That is awesome. That is actually super awesome.
Fenner,
I'm like skipping around.
That's okay. Gio, I'm proud of you for starting to read Witch Hat Atelier. Great book. Man, it took me a while because I'm a slow reader. I take my time getting to books. So I apologize because I said I was going to read that ages ago, but I finally did. I made a video on the channel. I'm in love with that series. It's so awesome.
Yeah, I can't wait to read more of that one too.
Nelson, did you see the Kodansha Volume 1 99-cent sale on Comixology?
Actually.
Man, why you got to type that?
Yeah, right. Why do you got to tell me that? I got plenty to read.
Oh boy, I'm not going to spend more money.
I'll check it out though. Maybe there's something there. Oh hey,
Larry. Nelson, thanks for Emanon. Beautifully drawn and thoughtful. I enjoyed all 3 volumes published so far.
Awesome. I'm glad you like it. I still need to read the other 2 volumes, but I really like the first one. Like it wasn't anything like mind blowing, but it was unique. I really like the mangaka. Like afterwards, I went and read some of his unlicensed series, and they weren't anything special, but the art was just nice. It was just a chill series to spend some time with.
This is an older comment. Nelson, living a quiet life is a great description for all great slice of life titles.
That's when you left. Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah. Let's see if I missed any questions. I think I got everything. River, thank you so much, buddy. That means a lot. Thank you. I appreciate it. Did I read this? They were just super slow releasing the volumes on Bloom Into You. There were like a year wait between volume 6 and 7. Yikes.
That's a really long wait, especially for a series that is like still ongoing, strong.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Well, that's about it, guys. I just wanted to make this quick video, and I want to give a massive shout out to my good friend Nelson of Sequential Consequence here on YouTube for helping me out with this live stream. I typically don't do live streams because my internet is not the greatest, and I don't want to freeze up like on the previous stream and let everybody down, and I have to restart the whole thing. It sucks. So that's why I rarely do live streams on the channel. I tend to just focus on the recorded stuff I do and leave the live streaming for Omnibros Live on the Omnibus Collectors Network. But I may be doing this more often because I want to incorporate live streams to this channel. So for now, I do plan on making at least monthly Q&A videos, maybe at the end of the month. I don't know. Also, before we wrap it up, I want to remind everybody that I'm doing in mid-May, I'm doing my first live readathon. It's going to be called Fable Fridays because I'm talking about the Vertigo Fables series. I'm going to be reviewing all 15 oversized hardcover books for that comic, but it's going to be one a month. So it will run all into next year, hopefully. God willing, nothing happens. I will be reviewing one book each month, and I'm giving you a heads up early so you can read the book, whether it's in floppies or trades or on your tablet through Comixology, or if you have the hardcovers, you can check out that video. I want to make it live so I can chat with people about it. But yeah, hopefully it happens and my internet works that night. If not, then I will probably do a pre-recorded review on it. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm planning.
Yeah, I really like that entire idea, honestly. I really like it. Because it gives people enough time to read it, and it also makes you not rush the books or the videos.
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
it's nice. I like it.
I tried a readathon a year and a half ago with Invincible, and I got through half of it, and I couldn't keep up making the videos, so I dropped it. But eventually,
were you doing it weekly or?
I think it was as soon as I could get my reread that book again, because then the whole hurricane thing happened and it just threw everything off, and I picked it up months later. I was just out of it, and I think I read because I had already read the series, but I had read the first 6 again, and then I dropped it. So eventually, maybe I'll do one big video on 7 through 12 and finish it because I don't want to leave that series. Yeah, but for
I would definitely like to do a readathon once I get some more subscribers. It would be nice to do something like that too.
Mm-hmm. No, definitely, it's a fun way to get the community involved. And I got to be honest with you, I was looking at my books and I kept thinking it has to be something that rhymes with Fridays because I want to do it on Friday. And I saw the Fables books. I'm like, Fables Friday. Fable Friday. So that's how it came to be because it wasn't going to be that book.
On a Fabled Friday.
Yeah, on a Fabled Friday, we are going to review Fables. I've already read most of it. I've never finished the series, so I'm excited to go back and start all over again and talk about that stuff with you guys. So yeah, Fenner, hold on, sorry. And man, Nelson, a few months ago on another stream, you said that XL Saga Volume 26 was rare because it had a limited release. Someone on another stream I asked last week said it had questionable content, and that is why it was rare. I would get the series since all volumes are very cheap, except for that elusive Volume 26.
I mean, I don't remember. I mean, I think I paged through it when I found it for Riley, but I don't really remember anything. I just remember some generic fan service, but I don't know.
Yeah, I only know about.
If that's the reason, that's interesting. That's almost like a banned book or something. That's I don't know. That's just kind of interesting. I don't know if that's really why.
Who released that? Tokyo Pop?
I think it might have been Viz. Actually,
Viz?
I could be wrong.
That's funny because Prison School is readily available, and that's 10 times worse when it comes to fan service than XL Saga.
No, I was trying to think of the Kago stuff, but that wasn't Viz. Because that's definitely the most I'm surprised that even got published thing.
Yeah. Fenner, Geo, that I did finish 20th Century Voice Volume 1. Loved it. You read this series yet? Okay, I had the first manga, the original signature series release, And when they announced, I bought it the day or a couple days after they announced the perfect editions. I was so pissed off. And
I remember that. I think I remember
eventually,
finding it at a used bookstore, and I was like, "Hey guys, isn't this like too early to have this?"
oh my gosh, I'm like, great. Now I get this, and you have a better release coming out. So what I did was I gave it as a gift to a friend who was here on the stream. I don't know if he's still logged in. Um, I gave it to him as a gift because I thought, hey, later down the road I'll get the perfect editions. It still hasn't happened. I'm out of
Yeah,
room,
I
so
got
I'm
the
trying.
first three, but now I'm like waiting until the rest come out because they're kind of big. They do take up a lot of space.
I don't know what I'm gonna do because I'm out of space, and I have um, I have two ideas running through my head. One, I'm gonna sell some comics to make room for manga,
That's what I'm doing.
or two, I have a closet space, which sucks because I can't look at the books because they're, shut in. Um, so I don't know, but I
Oh,
might be.
your least favorite stuff in there, I guess, or
I
your risque stuff if you have any.
for risque stuff, it's very limited. I would say interspecies reviewers and prison school are the only
I still
two
have to check that out because
books.
that you know how before I was like saying like how like species like different species is interesting. That I definitely got to check that out. You made a
It
video
get
on it, right?
Yeah. It gets a
Yeah.
bad that series gets a bad rap for the anime, but when I read the manga, even though there's nudity in it and sexual content, I wouldn't say it's gratuitous because it's literally like a drawing panel of like they're gonna go into this brothel and you see the species or the creature, I guess, lady, and that's it. And then the next panel, I didn't talk about it in depth in the video, but the next panel is them reviewing it. So you read reviews that they wrote. So
Oh, that's pretty cool.
you're not seeing like the sexual act or none of that stuff. The anime took it further, and they actually animated in a censored kind of way. They animated the sex scenes. So the anime gets a bad rap, but the manga is not as risque as people would like it to be. I don't know. It still has nudity in it because it is for adults. It's an
Mm-hmm.
adult comedy series. So yeah.
No, that definitely sounds cool.
So to finish the question for 20th Century Boys, eventually, if I'm able to move stuff around and sell and whatever, I'm gonna go more in depth with manga collecting because I do want to own all the Urasawa books, stuff like Akira, which you're reading, uh, like the very famous essential mangas. I do want to own. I've read some of them digitally at some point in my life, but I want to own them physically. But I have to rework my collection, I guess. But I haven't read 20th Century Boys. That's a long-winded answer. Jesus. Um, how about Library Fridays from Magus of the Library? Unfortunately, there are only 3 volumes available. I saw volume 1 was on sale for 99 cents. If I think I mentioned it somewhere. I don't know if it was our chat or on live stream. And man, I know Viz released it. That is what is odd. All other volumes except for maybe 15, which I have, are easily obtainable. There must be something about volume 26. Maybe it was a low print run because it was volume 26. Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, I think 26 is the last volume or one of the last volumes in the very least.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe they didn't print as many because they figured like, maybe that many people didn't buy it up until now. So I don't know. Maybe they just didn't feel they had the sales for it at the time. I don't know. That's interesting though. It's really interesting to consider.
Yeah. You know what series I do want to get though? Mason Ikoku from Rumiko Takahashi. That's getting a deluxe edition next
Oh
month,
yeah,
I
it
think.
is.
I've
It's
heard
probably gonna
so
match
many.
the other ones. The what's it called?
Uh,
Can't remember it now. You say something, right?
I know what you mean.
Yeah,
Urusei Yatsuda.
that's it. That's the one.
Omar speaks so highly of it, and I've always wanted to check it out because I do remember the old anime for it, and I'm like, I don't know if I should get into it because It's going to be like a couple volumes in, like maybe like 12 or 13 volumes, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't know. I do want that type of writing in my life because I've heard great things about it.
I've never really been exposed to anything from the mangaka, but her art looks really charming, and her sense of humor seems really good too. It seems like one of those manga that just flows really well and it's just fun to read.
Yeah, Rumiko. I watched Ranma, obviously, like way back in the day.
I remember catching some episodes, but that's about it.
I love Inuyasha. That's one of my favorite shows growing up.
Wait, that's the same person?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Rumiko Takahashi did Maison, Ranma, Inuyasha, Rene, and the Mermaid Horror Anthology, which I forgot the name of.
Wow, she's got like a couple of big hitters on her belt.
I think there's 2 books I'm missing, but those were the big name properties that she's done. But and Yatsura, Urusei Yatsura.
Mm-hmm.
But I do want to check it out. It sounds pretty interesting. Very, very slice of life drama focused. Fenner, I love Magus of the Library. It looks pretty interesting. I was debating on whether I should get that because the first volume, 99 cents. I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll get.
Is that manga?
Yeah, it's on Kindle. You can get it on Kindle or Comixology for $1.
Nice.
They also had Inspector, but then again, I watched the anime, so typically I don't want to double dip. If I'm watching the show, I'm not going to get the manga, unless it's something like My Hero Academia, which I want to keep reading,
or Beastars,
or Beastars, yeah. But in Inspector, I got so used to hearing the character voices that I'm like, I'll keep watching the anime.
Isn't that on Jump though? I mean, it's a Jump series, right? Or am I thinking of something else?
I don't know. No idea.
I'm thinking of the one that people were comparing to Bleach. Oh no, that's Jujutsu Kaisen. That's what I'm thinking of. Never mind.
All right. Because this one, I do believe, has like 11 manga volumes already. Something like that. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Riley said that he really liked it. Like he was actually like really impressed with it. If I'm remembering, if I'm thinking of the right series. 27 was the last. Yeah, so yeah, it was like one before the last. It's weird that 27 isn't out of print though.
Yeah,
and I am sorry, I have not read Berlin yet. That is a dense read, so I'm like trying to prepare myself for it. But honestly, I've been eyeing it lately. So maybe I'll do it soon, and I'll make a video on it.
Mermaid Saga. Thank you. That's the book I was talking about. That's getting a hardcover deluxe treatment this year, or it was announced this year that it's coming out soon. So I'm pretty excited to check that out.
I'd like to see more mermaids being used more. They're like this mythological animal that's not really used all that much anymore.
They do work with that in Inspector because one of the characters, and this is not a huge spoiler, one of the characters is an immortal because he consumed mermaid flesh and another animal thing that I forgot. But yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Apparently in Japanese folklore, if you eat a mermaid, you get immortality.
I ran into a manga the other day that was, I put it on my plan to read list that only has scans, but it's like a horror manga with mermaids. And they're like stuck in a school or something, and there are mermaids. I don't know. It seemed cool. I don't know what it's called, sorry, but it sounded cool.
Nice. Omar said months ago, Maison Ikoku would be hardcover, but they will probably be similar to Urusei Yatsura. I think they're going to be paperbacks with the same size as the
honestly,
Yatsura
I would
books.
rather them match. I mean, personally, I'm probably not going to collect them all, but if I were, like, I would rather them match than one be hardcover.
Yeah, definitely. Let me check real quick on the listing because that's available at Right Stuff, if I remember correctly. They're calling it Collector's Edition Manga, and Volume 1 features story and art by Rumiko Takahashi, yada, yada, yada. Page count, 344 pages, so that's probably like a 2-in-1 volume thing. But it doesn't say yet if it's hardcover or soft cover. I don't know.
Maybe on Amazon they would say, but they probably don't have the listing yet, though.
Let's see. Let's check on Amazon.
It's kind of cool that they're using, like, terms like collector's edition and things like that now for manga. Like I don't know if you noticed that, but like Pokemon was titled like that. Now this is, and I've seen it a couple other times. So maybe a manga is really like getting the notion that there are collectors that want that kind of thing, that want premium manga form.
Finally,
right?
It's all about omnis and what's the other absolutes and stuff. Like let's get some nice treatment for manga. Amazon says it's a $24.99 book, Viz signature. So if it's a Viz signature, I think it's a paperback.
Yeah, Ant-Man says it's a paperback. I don't know. I mean, Go-Go Monster is actually a SIG and it's a hardcover. So those exist, but I don't think it's like common.
They have the first 3 listed on Amazon, and the Mermaid Saga is also listed. That's going to be a collector's edition as well. So I'm pretty sure it'll all line up, like you said, with Yurusei Yatsura. That's cool. Oh, here's a question for you. You can talk about this. Nelson, is Grand Blue Dreaming worth reading after Volume 1? I read it and thought it was fine, but does it get better?
I read up to Volume 7. I read like 1 chapter, Volume 8. I think it stays consistent throughout. I don't know if I would say it gets better. I think if you didn't like Volume 1, maybe you probably will like the other volumes just as much. Like I think that the thing is, for me, like I'm really picky with comedy series, especially if it's just straight up comedy like Grand Blue Dreaming. But Grand Blue Dreaming just stays fresh throughout. And it doesn't really use the same jokes too much. There are reoccurring jokes, but the punchline and the timing is always there. And there are some like developments too, as far as like character relationships go, but they're kind of small. But I don't know, if you didn't like it that much, then I probably would say don't continue.
There you go.
But maybe give 1 more volume a shot to see if you like it.
You guys talk about it so much that I want to check it out.
Oh, I think you'll like it for sure. I mean, it's just the timing on it is just so good.
I believe the volumes released about 10 years ago are the same size, but there are more of them. I think there are 15 regular volumes. Jesus. Oh my gosh.
What is that, from Maison, Ikoku?
I think, yeah, from Maison. I want to collect so many series, but so many volumes. I don't have space for them. Damn it. I don't know. But we've run on for a little bit too long. I was supposed to end this broadcast a few minutes ago. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. I'm going to try and make it a regular thing to do more live streams on my channel, just a little bit by bit is what I'm trying to get at. Guys, that's it. You can subscribe to the channel if you're new here. I do content like this, talking about anime, comics, manga, stuff like that. I also do haul videos at the end of the month and whatnot. So consider subscribing. And if you do, don't forget to like and, of course, hit the bell icon so you know when new videos pop up. If you want to get in contact with me, the description has the emails and stuff, but you can follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that fun stuff. And before I go, not this shirt, but I made a little experiment and I opened up a merch store, just a very limited trial run on a potential A Week in Geekdom shirt. If you're interested, the link is in the description below. I just want to see if people would be interested in that sort of thing. I think it's only like $13, something like that. I've got to be honest with everybody. I do not know the quality of it. I know the website because I listed it and I bought from them, but I don't know the quality of the shirt when it comes out. But hey, if by some crazy reason you are wanting to spend an extra $13 or $14 and you want to chip in and help me out and you're interested in getting a Week in Geekdom shirt, the link's in the description for the shirt.
I'll do it. I'll wear it in my videos and use it as advertising.
Thanks, man. Thank you. I mean, it's a crazy experiment. I'm trying to see if something comes out of it, but who knows?
Is it the one you're wearing?
This was old. This was back when I had a website. It says right there, wecangeekdom.com. That website doesn't exist anymore.
A lot.
Because I used to do blogging, and I would write, like, if I would get a press release, I would post it. But I was a nobody, and nobody was clicking on the website. So I'm like, whatever, I'll just stick to YouTube. So I just, this is the only shirt that exists. But I uploaded the designs and stuff on shirts, and I think I made it for like a sticker or something. You'll have to check because I can't remember right now, but it's on there on the website, which is, let me get it real quick, tpublic.com. You just check the link in the description and you'll see it. So yeah, shirt, social media, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Let me know if you're watching the replay. Let me know what what license you're interested in that we mentioned on this show of the 14 or 15 books that we talked about. I'm very interested in finding out. So without further ado, I want to give a massive shout out and thank you to my friend Nelson of Sequential Consequence here on YouTube for helping me out. Thank you. And if you want to plug your channel, you're more than welcome to, sir, because you do great content.
Write that kind of complicated channel name that thankfully Geo never butchers. You're the only one that says it right. And yeah, I know it's kind of a mouthful, but yeah, just follow me on there. I usually do haul videos, although that's going to slow down a little bit, but I do have actually kind of a lot of stuff coming. Whoops.
Nice.
And I've been doing reviews more. I've been getting a little bit more comfortable with that. So I'm definitely going to do more reviews, even though people don't really watch them. But, I still like doing them.
Don't worry about it, because you're going to get replay views. You're going to get people watching, and we get the ball rolling because it's fun.
I just love like when people comment and stuff like that. That's just really cool to me. Like just seeing that people actually like watched it and are like having some sort of conversation. I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
It's been really rewarding. Even like as small as I am now, it's been really cool.
You do fantastic stuff. I love your videos, and they're very informative. And what I like about our community is that we're opening up new experiences for people by talking about these books that they've probably never heard of or are not sure about, and we have different voices, and I like that. Because
that's another reason why I really want to talk about like both comics and manga too. I really want to like kind of merge that gap a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. This is gonna get me some heat, but whatever. I don't like the fact that there are manga tubers and anime-tubers. I hate those titles. I'm sorry, and I'm probably gonna get flack for both sides. But I'm stuck right in the middle because I like talking about anime, comics, manga, all that stuff. But we got to bridge the gap, like he said, and to have different
I feel
voices.
like you should just talk about what you want to talk about.
Yeah,
the people who like you will stick around.
Larry,
thanks guys, thanks Larry, and I also saw a fanner you subscribed. Thanks, I appreciate that.
Awesome. So yeah, we've been rambling. I gotta go. Thank you everybody for tuning in. God bless. I wish you all nothing but the very best. And catch me on the next video, whenever that may be. I'm probably going to do like 2 or 3 videos next week. So stay tuned for that.